So we've all heard the saying that the proof is in the pudding. But what if that's just a cliche saying that's holding us back? Like, what if that pudding is rancid and we just don't realize it? In business, like, we talk a lot about making moves from the data, right? Because the data is the proof, the proof of concept, the validation of things. It makes sense. And at the same time, though, what if needing proof is the very thing that is holding us back? What if you had experiences and because of the outcome of those experiences, you took that as proof that you shouldn't do a thing, you shouldn't do certain things, whatever? I mean, that would make perfect sense, right? I think that this is like the gray area or the way of toting the line that can be a little difficult because, yes, in one sense, we use the proof to be able to make decisions moving forward. And then at the same time, we use proof as a way to hold ourselves back. It's so nuanced. It's freaking crazy. And so here's what I think. And I try to keep things simple, right? Even if it feels complex, how do we just keep it simple? And so for me, at least the way that I view it, the way that I look at it, the way that I move is if it is something that's going to limit me, if it's something that's going to hold me back, and I have the proof, right? I have proof. I say, fuck it. Fuck it. Okay, we tried this in the past. It didn't work. Fuck it. Okay, we tried this in the past. I didn't get the outcome I wanted. Fuck it. Like, let's try it again. Let's do it again. Let's shift some things. Let's tweak some things. Let's pivot on some things. But like, just not doing it if I feel it in my core, right? If I'm lit up by the idea, if I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm willing to try and try and try and try again. If you're watching this, you've got to at least be a millennial. Do you remember when we watched Rugrats? How long did it take Stu to create an invention that was going to get them paid? What was it, like 10 years? I think it took 10 years from the start of the show. I think Rugrats started in what, like 1990, 1990, 1991. Rugrats came out in 1991. So I think, yeah, it had been about 10 years from the start of the show. Stu had failed invention after failed invention after failed invention. And Stu did not sit up here and be like, well, the proof says that I just am no good at inventing stuff. I mean, you and I, you know, but then, and I cannot remember because I think, what was it like? Was it the second movie? It might have been. Anyway, it's not even the point. The point is then when they went, I want to say to like Japan. Remember, Chucky ended up with his stepsister. It was so cute. It was so cute because remember Chucky didn't have a mom, and now he got a mom. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. Oh my gosh, the nostalgia. The point being is, Stu stuck it through for a decade. Okay, before he hit that gold. And we've talked about this here on the channel before. Of like, when it comes to certain things, you really got to ask yourself, how long are you willing to stand 10 toes down on this? How long are you willing to stand 10 toes down on what it is that you said that you want to do? Now, yeah, you can have the proof along the way that says, don't do this, don't do that. If you do it like this, like, kind of like, actually, a great example, an even better example, me now, today, with what it is that I'm doing with my business. Okay. One, I was told not to do a membership. I had a mentor, she told me not to do the membership. It is what it is. I think that she was just trying to protect me in her own way, and she's like, listen, you could make far more money doing this. I didn't really want to do that. I had done it. I didn't want to do it no more. So we have the membership. It's a low ticket membership. This is not my first low ticket membership. It's not. It's not my first low ticket. And it did not work. Now, I could have sat there and been like, oh, well, the proof said da da da, and the proof said this, and the proof said that. And this is where I go inward. But what about Kiana? What does Kiana need to shift? What does Kiana need to change? What about Kiana back then maybe contributed to things not working the way that I say that I wanted them to work, right? There was a video I did the other day where I talked about that, like the difference between when I was when I ran the YouTube Globe Challenge like a year ago versus me now running it for the second time this year. The differences, the curriculum, the same, me, different, totally different person, right? And so with all things, well, at least with most things, I say to you, discern what you feel is best for you. But in that discerning, be aware of if you are taking on someone else's voice. If someone else is saying to you, it's not even about, yeah, anyways, you already know the noise, the things, whatever the case may be. If you feel like you're pressuring yourself into it, I would look at that. If it feels like a should, I would look at that. If it feels like, well, there's no other way, I would look at that. Okay? Because yeah, at the end of the day, we don't need the proof. And in that very same mentor who told me to start the membership, she's a phenomenal person. Adore her, really do. And she has said, proof is for babies. Now that's a whole other conversation that we've had here on this channel about even needing the proof, or like, to me it's like, well, I don't give a fuck what the proof says anymore. Okay, I did this before, it didn't work out the way that I wanted. Okay, yeah, sure, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna do it my way. I'm gonna do it like this. And that's the kind of attitude that I need you to start walking around with. It's like, I need that. Okay, Anne. Okay, Anne. Okay, and because it's like, this happened. Okay, and so I'm supposed to let that influence my decisions moving forward. If it's going to be something to limit me, if it's going to be something to hold me back, if it's not rooted in just fact and me approaching it from the place of, this is data, what do we do with the data? All the extra shit, no. Because then you sit there and you wonder why you look around and it seems like you see other people doing things that seems like magic. Like they've just created magic in their business. They just created magic in their life. Like, no, they just didn't allow the past proof to stop them from moving forward, especially the way that they wanted to, or to hinder them, or to keep them down, or whatever, right? They're not doing that, but you are. I would look at that. Okay. So anyways, if you have been holding yourself back from starting a YouTube channel, you need to come join the YouTube Glow Up Challenge, honey. It is a phenomenal experience to get you started and to help you build the muscle of consistency with posting on YouTube straight out the gate. My current students are loving it. Some of them have, never posted really on YouTube before, and they're posting for the first time. Some are gathering hours and hours of like watch time, and we're still just getting started. So I would love for you to come into our community so that you can participate in the challenge. I'd love to support you in that. And if you actually want to get one-on-one coaching with me, well, at least hot seat coaching, make sure that you join the premium membership so that you can go ahead and get that coaching with me. We have our coaching calls every Wednesday, so I would love to see your face there and to be able to support you. And of course, after you sign up, you're going to be added to our community. So I'm going to see you over there.